Uh, so I had a ceremony last night. I got this robe too, which is so fucking dope. But I had a ceremony last night that I wasn't expecting to have. Let me take this out. I don't need this here. Actually, I kind of do, because then I feel like I am less likely to feel self-conscious about speaking early in the morning. Because sometimes I worry about waking people up, but then I know that's just fear and it's just an illusion, and so I have to just do it anyway. Give the field a reason. Give the field a reason. Oh, actually, it sounds better with. I can hear myself better with them in. Because of the transparency. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit more of the stuff there. So, anyways, I had a ceremony last night, and it was awesome. I connected with my ancestors. Oh, I'm getting tingles now. Oh my god. Okay, guys are here, of course. Duh. Why would you leave? Obviously, we're all connected. Oh, so now it's just gonna be like available. Duh. This was like a destined meeting. It was like I had the arrow of destined meetings come out with the crow, and it just and the mountain, the tornado, and freedom, which is the sun. These are the cards in my deck that I pulled, and then it was like serendipity, forgiveness, and a third card that I can't remember, projection, something like that. So it was like I had all my stuff out on my desk. Here's my desk. I have my lava lamp over there. I thought it looked cool. I feel like I have a lot of vocal fry right now. I feel like Miley Cyrus, and I think the journey's the part you usually remember the most anyway. So bear with me. I know only like fucking 2 people watch this right now anyway, but I'm gonna do it as if I'm speaking to an audience, because that's how you manifest, because I know that my words are valuable. And at some point, I will be noticed and reach a lot of people, millions of people, and then they will come back into the backlog of videos and want to know everything I had to say. So, hi. I got this $30 fucking wizard robe, and I feel dope. So, oh, and I got this this rosary with this cross too, and it actually slides kind of to the side, so I can have both of these necklaces on, which I think is like a very cool feature that the universe gave me, the Meaniverse. But I wasn't expecting ancestors because I had never talked to them. But my friend started showing. I decided to go into his Discord, and he was with his other friend, and they were like, they were like, oh, we're looking at China cabinets, and I was like, oh, okay, that's funny. So yeah, I have all these Native American things that I want to display in them, and I was like, oh, I love that stuff, and I was like, Native American stuff was like the first spiritual stuff that like spoke to me. I totally forgot that my grandpa's part Cherokee, but I also, after this meeting, am convinced that there's Lakota in my family, and that I have an ancestor that is part of the Lakota tribe, and because that just keeps coming into my reality, and they seem to confirm it with vibration. And so, but he spent like half an hour just showing me all this cool like beadwork and bison skin stuff, and like just like stuff that Native Americans have made that he purchased when he went with his grandparents to like a reservation. I guess their tribe's reservation, which reservations are sad, but at least they had a trading post there where they could trade items that they'd made, buy sell and trade all of their personal, heavily intentioned items. There was some turquoise necklaces and a howlite necklace that were really cool too. But basically, I started feeling all this energy, and I was like, I literally told him, I was like, stop. I was like, I have to go. Like, I'm feeling a lot of energy. It's getting like, because the candle was going crazy. It was going. I never seen a candle go that crazy before with like in a still room, and I know it's responding to my energy, but also this is like, it was just if you followed me, you know I've been through a lot of stuff spiritually. So like to see for me to say that I've never seen a candle do this is like wild, because I've seen like a lot of things. I've seen angels, you know, like I've seen a lot of things. So it's like I was like, I have to go, and he was like, and then he kind of started to explain something else. I was like, no, I can't do this. There's energy. I have to go. And he was like, okay, and I was like, okay, like I'll be back. I didn't come back, but then they were off too, so it's fine. But I just sat there and looked at the candle, and then I just started moving stuff around intuitively, and then I started feeling. I got the dowsing rods out, and they were dragging stuff. They were dragging that around, and they dragged it to the Arrow of Destiny meetings in the Crow. They dragged it to my feathers, I believe, or my bones, something like that. They were pulling it all over the place. And then the Pleiadians came up, and I was like, and they were like, yo, like we prayed to the Pleiadians too, like we communicated with them too, because time isn't linear, and it's like local here, but it's not. So like all the beings you pray to, you've been, and I say pray to, but like communicate with, because I'm not praying to like please help. I'm like praying like yo. So it's like you've been doing this for a long time. You've known these beings for a long time. I mean, you're infinite, you're God, but it's like on a soul level, on a soul fractal level, it was like because Yeshua, you know what I mean? Like so, but also Native American stuff, and it's like, oh, I didn't realize. I don't know why I didn't realize, because Native American stuff has resonated with me. Nako is like my favorite spiritual artist. I listen to him all the time and sing to him all the time, and it just hits. So when it hits, that means there's something there. I think I was afraid of like, I know I was afraid of being like, I'm too white, like I'm too white, I can't claim that. And it's just like, why would I deny my actual history because I'm afraid someone's gonna call me in like whatever, because I'm not, and I know I'm not. I'm deeply respectful of these cultures, and I feel them. I'm not gonna go out there and wear one of those big like feather headdress things, but like when I'm in the privacy of my own home, I am gonna wear feathers and do fucking all kinds of shit because it speaks to me and it's not hurting anyone. People forget to look at intention and context. They think if you do or say anything that ever resembles like something to another race, like it's like you can't do it because that's like being racist. And it's like, no, it's being racist within context and intention. Like, because sometimes you have good intentions, but the context still is like, you can't, like brown face, you can't do brown face. Like you'd be like, oh, it's for a party. Like it's still not like, girl, that, oh no, that's not, in a sense that like, you know, but like if the intention also is like, fuck you, then it's like, well, the intention is fuck you, so fuck you. But my intention is always respect. And so I'm like, I denied part of myself of this. And then they came through last night because I finally just got over a huge hump in like claiming who I am, like claiming my past life as Yeshua. And like the ever since I did that and started doing that, it's like just the shit's been rolling in. And then I remembered, I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot I used to do this all the time. Like not only in past life, but in this life when I was homeless. And before that, I was like, I would do this shit, but it's like, it wouldn't, when you're not in resonance with the frequency, you don't like remember, like the memories don't come up to you because you're not resonating with them. So it's like, I forgot, quote unquote, all the times that I had ceremonies and been in communication with the spirits and they'd come through super strong, listening to native music. Like, what the fuck did I think? You know what I mean? Like, So they came through and, what was the word that came through really fast? Tunkashala. And that's like how they refer to God or grandfather, but it's like usually like in a context of God, I learned. And I was like, because he sang that, and I was like, that hits. And it's like a Lakota thing apparently. And I'm like, okay, fuck. And when I was homeless, this guy, Bill, was also teaching me stuff about them, and he was from the Lakota tribe. And I'm like, why does Lakota keep coming up? And it's like, it's gotta be ancestors. And then like I get tingles, and I get like, now my bracelets are getting pulled on. Yeah, so yeah. Said it was a chieftain and a medicine man. But it was like a chieftain, I feel like it was a chieftain, and I used to be his medicine man, is like the vibe like of the village. So like the tribe. And so it's like, he's like coming to me to like remind me of who I am. And I'm like, okay, dope, sick. And it's like the candles are going crazy. And also the pictures and the videos go crazy. When you're in a high space, it's like you record pictures and videos, and like the light just does cool, weird shit because it's high frequency and it's just responding to your conscious awareness. And since I'm so open, it's like it shows up awesomely. So I recorded a bunch of that. And then Metatron was there because my Metatron card moved. And I was like, wow, I haven't seen them move something like that in a while. Like the energy was so palpable. Like when I was holding the Pleiadian card, it was like, so it was like, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was dope. And I just kept, I grabbed my sacred book of prayer where I write like things to the archangels and like just like channels and stuff. And I drew this, and like this is what happened, and I'm like, okay, that feels significant. So it's like there's like, I've never connected with my bloodline because I was always like, white people, we don't have history, we don't have culture, and like that's not fully true, but like Germanic, you know. But then I was like, because Nako and native stuff was the first spiritual stuff on my journey that spoke to me. Before any of this other stuff, before angels, before any of that. I didn't believe in angels. But spirits I could get down with. I could do that. So like, that was like 2021. I started listening to Nako. Budding Trees was the first song, and it was like, it really opened my third eye a little bit. And then it was like, I'm getting tingles. I gotta meet that guy. And so I had my staff. I took a bunch of pictures. I was like doing this at one point, and it's like the eye to the other eye, and it was like covering it. It was interesting. I could feel myself move, like I was letting myself move to like the intention, and like it wasn't. I could feel them pulling me, so I let them pull me, and I did like a bunch of stuff, like with the staff and stuff, and it was like the energy was just. And then I pulled out one of my old journals where I had written some things like the trees speak of your arrival, the earth cries out for you, you are with her, she is with you. It's like all this like very native stuff, and and then for the crow to be there, and like it's just like it just felt cool, man. Like it just felt cool to connect with my ancestors and feel it. I haven't connected like this in a while because I'm good at this, is what I'm saying. Like I had my wisteria seeds, my feathers, my crystals, my everything like perfectly aligned, and I drew the ceremony card. That's how I knew I was supposed to do it. Supposed to, but like it was aligned, and like it was just like I've. And then I was talking to my roommate, and she felt it too. It's like, and I'm not used to other people feeling it. Usually they're like, I don't know. So I'm like, oh, my field's so open, and I'm so believing in myself and sharing this that it's like it is being reflected. Like other people can feel it too. Because I'm just speaking to the channel. Like, is there stuff coming in right now? My mouth doesn't want to fucking move the right way. Hold on, let me feel this out. There was another term that was like wakatanka, and I think that's also how they refer to the creator, wakatanka. I like that. It was either wakatanka or wankataka. I think it was wakatanka though. I gotta look it up. But I think it's beautiful that I can embrace any part of myself, and I'm not worried about how other people will perceive me anymore. Because if someone decided to call me any name, they decided to say I'm racist. They tried to say that I'm appropriating. I don't fucking care, because I'm not going out and like going in public and using it as a costume. I'm embodying it in my own private space because I feel it in my bones, in my soul. So it doesn't matter what anyone says because they don't know. They're just virtue signaling because they feel like they're gonna get in trouble with someone and be canceled. So like it doesn't matter. You ever notice that most of the people that are calling it out aren't even the race or sex or whatever that's like actually like being appropriated. It's like some white girl being like, yeah, 'cause I can't do that. And not to call out white girls, shout out white girls, you're fine. But it's just like I'm over canceling stuff. Like canceling stuff is so over. Like black and white thinking is so over. Get some nuance. Get some gray. Like shit. It's 2026. It's the year of nuance, brother. You know. So yeah. You guys like my lava lamp? I like my lava lamp. And all my stuff on my wall. I'm very proud. I feel like I've wanted to share so many things that now I'm like sharing, and I'm actually sharing, like, I was gonna say too much. It's not too much, I'm gonna keep doing it. But TikTok's algorithm is like, brother, and it's giving me like 10 to 20 views on some videos because it's like I'm just pumping them out. And they're like, brother, you can't just keep pumping them out. And I'm like, oh, watch me, I'm pumping, brother. You know, like so. Because I have a lot to say, and I feel like I needed to make a video on this, and I feel like I wanted stuff for my YouTube, and I feel like I need to do my podcast on some deep shit again. And I couldn't sleep, and it's like it's not like manic energy because I'm not sporadic, but there is energy like coming through. I think last night was a very impactful moment because it was like they were telling me it's a rite of passage. Like I remembered, I got through the density again, and I remembered again, and now we get to meet here to like discuss the next steps. And I was like anointed. I literally had black on my forehead, like ash, like, and it was just, I could feel them all around me, tugging at me. But like, not even tugging, like one of them put their hand on my back. I felt a hand on my back and it was warm. And I allowed it. And it was beautiful. Like, spirit talks to me a lot, but they don't often, like, I felt like they were around me and I felt like I could feel the presence in a way that was comforting, like physically, like they were like, it was like tingly. And usually it's just like, it's not like that visceral. So like, this feels like a new level of connection with my family. And it's like, I got tingles saying that, with my family. So that is, I'm tingling all up my back now, yeah. Oh, wow, oh, that's nice. Thanks, guys. We're resonating with my family. Soul family, ancestors, whatever you want to call it. When I said soul family, they were like, that's kind of different. Ancestors is like the proper, like the bloodline. So The candles were just going crazy. I had my incense. I was listening to Nako. I was praying on the floor. I was dancing. I was singing and dancing. I just cleared so much out of my system energetically. It like opened and cleared so much because like I just needed to like sing at the top of my lungs and dance and like be merry. Like I'm learning to be merry and have joy and allow myself joy. And that's awesome. I know I don't sound that thrilled, but I'm actually just pretty tired. But I couldn't sleep. So here I am. But I am very excited, and I'm trying to promote my Discord server, but I think I shouldn't do that. I think I should actually just wait for individual people that I think are cool to invite instead of just like inviting a bunch of spiritualists that I don't know how they're going to be. I'm just excited to share myself, and I want people to see me real bad, so I just keep posting myself everywhere. And then I feel like I'm almost like getting annoying, but I also just don't care. Like I care a little bit, but I also just like I'm like fuck it. Like I'm allowed to post myself, whatever. So I do on a bunch of different Discord servers, and usually it doesn't get that much engagement. And I'm like, okay, guys, you're just like afraid of the wizard because I feel like I'm pretty dope. I don't know what you're on about. That's fine though. Oh, sorry. That had to come. There's energy that's like all up in my like grizzle, and I need to get it out of there. So I do that sometimes to go whoo, but I like kind of, or I just that was like a silent where it was just like oh, there's more. Hold on. Oh shit. I feel like I'm not conveying this well enough. It's like I felt like I was myself for the first time last night. Also, the camera kept like pulling to exactly where it needed to go, and like there was like a lens flare on like the eye of my hand, and there was just like so many just little things that were like synchronous and amazing. And I forgot that I'm like the wizard. I'm the oracle. I'm the mystic. I'm the seeker. Yeshua, fucking Lakota, like all kinds of things. I'm so many things. I'm getting so tingly. I like the oracle though, because that's what my friend used to call me, my former friend used to call me, and it just felt like it was the most. I mean, I'm Doc the Oracle on a bunch of places here too, so it's like, it's just, that's where that came from. Because when I didn't believe in myself, he was like, I still see that you're the oracle, like you can't see it. He was like mad that I was like not getting it, but it's like funny because him mistreating me and me allowing him to mistreat me is what was keeping me from seeing it. So I had to wise up and say fuck you, and then it happened, and I'm like, well, you wanted the oracle, and now you fucking don't. So fuck. But I really am. I do magic. I watch the universe bend around me. I watch the matrix bend to my will, and not to my will like I'm like but like my intentions. Like I can't usually decide exactly how something's gonna happen, but I literally said, universe, show me something weird and out of place. And then like 10 seconds later, maybe not even 10 seconds later, I see a car go outside and it looks like a taxi or something because there's a yellow light flashing on top of it. And I'm like, is that a taxi? What is that? And then I realized, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. It's just a car with a yellow light on the top. And I'm like, oh, that's strange and unusual. I literally don't know what it is. So it's like, I can spawn shit, but it's like, I can't like pick what the fuck it is, like, yet. Because that feels like it's too OP. You know what I mean? Like, they need to nerf me. They would need to nerf me. But also I could, if I focused. So that's kind of crazy. It's crazy being this magical. Now we're sitting there for like some armchair psychology. I'm pretty comfortable. Being this magical is pretty fucking dope and sick and awesome. And I love unconditional love, and I love the creator, and I love myself. We are one, and I love everybody. But I also like it, to the non-believers who haven't experienced it, I probably seem so fucking strange because it's like I don't know if they can't tell, like if they think I'm like doing a bit and like I'm just the bit never, like I just never admit that I'm doing a bit, or if they're like, or they think I'm nuts, or they just don't really think that much, and they're like, oh, maybe, maybe he is. Like, I don't know, and I would have to ask them to know, but it's just interesting to think about how people perceive me when I actually boldly proclaim what I truly am, which is like a mystic and a wizard and Yeshua and fucking all that shit. So it's like, I don't know how people are going to respond to me, but I'm not scared about it. I'm just like, okay, like, if someone's like, you're not a wizard, if you're a wizard, then blah, 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 I'd be like, well, it's actually not up for debate, so that's kind of like moot point. Like, it just is. So, like, you're not going to gaslight me about my reality because I live it every single moment of every single day, and I am aware of what I am doing with my energy, and I see it manifest in the physical and the spiritual. I see beyond all the realms. I really do. It's actually crazy, like how, again, like being a normal person and like a funny little goofy haha guy, it's like I see like beyond the veil, like all the time. Like my gaze, when I am present in my body and regulated, pierces through illusion, and I can just see like the deeper. And I mean like physically, like it looks different than other people see. Because I've seen like people, like they don't see what I see. And when my phone captures it, they're like, what's that? And I'm like, you don't see that? Like, well, here's a picture. Like, so now you do, bitch. But I think that's just a side effect of my like manual override of like belief, where I'm like, I know anything is possible, so I'm going to override other people's limiting beliefs with my superior belief in love and possibility. It's not superior, but it's better for you. It's less distorted, and it just benefits your life more if you get to that state. But again, I'm 36 and I just got here again, and who knows what the fuck the road before me holds. Who knows if I have more density that I'm going to go through. I'm sure I will, but like it feels like I'm out of the trenches is like the vibe. It's like I was in the trenches with the homeless and coming here, and then identity death, and then like all like feeling lost and shit and losing friends, and then it's like, okay, I think I'm past that. I keep having this persistent feeling that I'm going to be out of the woods soon. I have Taylor Swift, are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we like, and it's like, because I was in the woods homeless for 5 months, and then Dawn let me move here in a very divinely timed event, and her development is called The Woods. So it's like The Woods Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. So I'm still in the woods. So it's like funny. It's like first part was like the woods, the lessons, the trauma, and then this part was like the woods, the recovery, the processing, the allowing, and then the remembering. And I keep having the persistent sense that this chapter is closing, and I'm going to be going somewhere new. And a lot of times when I went somewhere new before, it was because there would have to be a conflict stoked, or like I went to the psych ward, and then my friend's boyfriend didn't feel safe with me being there anymore, which is just bullshit. He actually just doesn't like me because I'm like fucking very loving and he's very insecure. So it's like that was a good excuse for him to, because I could feel it on him all the time. He doesn't like me, and I don't fucking care. But it's just like, it pissed me off when he was just like, oh, I'm scared. I'm like, I'm not scared. I'm not scary. Like, I had a fucking mental breakdown, and now you're using that as an excuse to keep me from fucking hanging out with like you and your boyfriend because you're insecure. Oh, okay. I don't even want him like that. He's just a really, really good friend. So it's just, that bothers me because it's inauthentic. I could feel the inauthenticity. I'm like, you're fucking me because you're an insecure little bitch. Love yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just annoyed. But then that's how I often move, would be like a conflict, or when Pikey and me had that fight, and then I had to get away because he said he was gonna physically assault me, and then like and rob me and shit. And then that's how I originally became homeless, or entered my traveler era. I should reclaim it to that. And entering my traveler era often starts a conflict, but this time it doesn't feel like a conflict because me and Dawn are too tight. Like, very open, very honest, very real. It's like I can feel it's not going to be a conflict. It's going to be an opportunity that takes me somewhere else, which is good because I'm ready to get out of West Virginia, because it is, it's isolating. It's beautiful, but it's just like there's no one, like, I mean, I'm in a neighborhood, but it's just like I can't walk anywhere. I don't have a car, so it's just like, actually, like, I can't like go anywhere except for walks. So it's like I want to be in like a more metropolitan area, or at least suburban, but preferably like metropolitan. I would love to go to LA. I would love to go to Santa Monica and see the beach. I'd love to make it big there, but make it big like not in a way of like seeking fame, but in a way of like seeking an audience and professing my truth, because it is a very, very like less distorted version of the truth than most theologies and religions and many spiritual practitioners have yet to understand. It's like very, very undistorted, to the point where it's like almost without distortion, but I am a human with emotions, so it can't ever be fully undistorted with me, I believe. 24:44 on the clock, that's cool. And that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm just like an expert vibe decoder. Like all channeling is decoding vibes. It doesn't even matter like the words really. I mean, it does, but it's like I'm grateful. I was talking to Dawn about this. Like I'm grateful that I have a pretty profoundly expansive lexicon because I put effort. I mean, it feels like it's natural, like it's built into my vessel to be able to do that. But also, I like enjoy it and I do poetry and stuff. So like I don't have to think too hard about using words that are more concise and like maybe like more like I was gonna say structured, but like I don't know, like big boy words, because it's like I want to convey the most concise like image of what is happening possible with the least amount of like walk around like the bush. And so I worry that it may come off as pretentious sometimes, but not like I don't worry that it comes off as pretentious like you'll think I'm pretentious, because I don't really care about that. But it's like more like I worry that like if people don't have the same lexicon as me, I'm like wasting, like I could translate it better if it was simpler, because then it was like then it would reach more people easily, because it doesn't always have to be the most like convoluted, like not convoluted because it's the opposite of convoluted, but the most succinct it's fucking word that's like kind of niche that no one really uses, but I know like it doesn't have to be that all the time. But I'm not shaming myself. I like that I do that. I really like that I can profess like my truth in such a like way that it feels like I am easily understood, or because like if I say all this and it's so clear and then someone still doesn't get it, I'm like, oh, you can't hear me, you're not on my frequency, because I just explained that the most concise, like succinct like way that I possibly fucking could. So it's like an easy tell for like when people aren't on my frequency and I like can back off. You know, this doesn't have to be super long. I guess this is just like a brain dump, because like TikTok feels like it's like different, and I want all my thoughts to be out there, because I need to clear my emotional baggage. I need to share my experiences, and I need to speak my truth and act upon my truth. So that's what I'm doing. My God, I'm tired. Fuck. But I want to meet people. I want connection now. Now that I'm out of hermit mode. That's awesome. I want connection with other like-minded souls, and like-minded, not even like-minded, like frequency. Like you can have a completely different way of life and different way of doing things than me. I would love that, as long as we're on a similar frequency where you're not like ego conscious. Like your ego's not going to shut me down for saying something to you that is innocuous, or like, you know what I mean? And that doesn't mean conflict can't happen, but like I need people that are able to talk through it and not project so much. It's like that's like the kind of connection I need. Like don't project onto me. The moment you start projecting on me, I'm going to bring it up, and then the moment you like do it again after we had that conflict, I'm gonna be done, because like I'm not sitting through that. You know what I mean? It's not my gig. So whoop, whoop. There's a notification from Sapphire. Reminds me of Steven Universe. I was in the psych ward and I was literally humming the and that's like the Sapphire and Ruby love song. And it was literally me grasping at my Yeshua, like like from Chris, like where it's just like my soul from my human, like, because it was like I was shutting down myself and like worried about, I was vibrating in fear and I was aware of it, and I'm grabbing my cross. Because I was afraid I was going to be labeled as crazy. I was afraid I was going to lose it and go into psychosis. I was afraid I was going to, like, afraid. But then I stood up against that, and I wrote, remember the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Syrians, remember the angels, remember the woods, remember Adam's house and the roof, remember the realizations, remember the, like, fucking Horus and Hecate and Aphrodite and fucking all these, like I was just, like, scrawling, like, trying to, like, remind myself of my experience and validate myself, and I did. And, like, grounding myself with that felt so poetic, because it was like I'm like making my own like this is like, I love that show and I love that song, and it's the song of love, and it's like me fusing with myself. Like it's like in, like, if you watch Steven Universe, gems are like, they have like a gem, and then like, but Steven is like a gem, and that's like their soul, and it kind of animates their body out of light, which is funny because it's like kind of how actual like shit works. But then Steven is like half gem, half human, so then like for him it's like the gem is like his soul and his like animator, but like his human is like himself. So it's like they're like his like persona and like person. So it's like, it's kind of how I felt like my I was like losing connection to like my gem, and I needed to like get my gem back because that was like all my like my true essence, and I did, and then it's like now, and then I started just like feeling free and like feeling and like acting up and like having a good time, and I'm like, oh my god, like, but for a moment, for a few days, it felt like I was gonna lose it. So it's like to be able to ground myself with that humming, such a beautiful, meaningful song to myself was like very like poetic and like a movie. Because I was truly scared still, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. That came into my awareness, and it's like that like was like cool. It was cool. All right, I think I'm gonna stop the video because I don't. Maybe I'll go live. I want to go live on Twitch too. So I want to do so many things to be seen and heard and felt. So I'm gonna start doing stuff. I don't want to overwhelm myself just in case I get into an energetic dip. So I'm not gonna commit to anything crazy, but I need to make emoji for my Discord too. I want to. I get to make emoji for my Discord. Not need to. I get to make emoji for my Discord. I get to do a lot of things. I'm excited. I'm excited. So thank you for listening to me. Sorry, this is I guess I'm not sorry, but this is a low energy day for me. I didn't realize. I just like couldn't sleep, so I'm like, well, let me record a video, and I didn't realize I was gonna have the energy of Miley Cyrus's vocal fry the whole time, but here we are. No shade to Miley Cyrus. I actually really admire her for always being herself and not giving a fuck. Okay, so I want you to have a good day. I want you to have a moment where you say 3 things that you think are awesome about your life. Because it's like saying having gratitude is like, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. It's like, well, that's like, it can feel weird. So it's like, what are 3 things that are just awesome in your life? Like, regardless of how you feel, it's like, that's awesome that I have that. I'll go. My soul, my connection to myself, paramount, very awesome. My staff, very awesome. I like my cross. It's very awesome. Those are 3 things that are awesome in my life right now. How about you? Comment below. Okay, I will talk to you. I love you very much.